Imagine a glass tabletop that is worth 7.5 million pounds. But no, it is not only about the price that is behind this tabletop, it is also about the magnificent art that stands behind its making. The tabletop, namely, was so exquisite that it was owned by the so infamous King Louis XIV of France. It is thus an unparalleled masterpiece of the 17th century artistry, and yes, it was made by the same person who also casted these glass bust medallions of King Louis XIV. The glassmaker's name was Bernardo Perotto or Bernard Perrault. The glassmaker's name was Bernardo Perotto, aka Bernard Perrault. Originally from Altre in north of Italy, he moved in the 1660s to France to work here with his uncle, and later on also found an own glass workshop in Orléans. And in this tabletop he exploited a very specific, actually Moranese glass technique, namely the mille fiori. They can look more ornamental than in the work of Bernardo Perotto, namely like this here, and this is why they're called mille fiori, because it is 1,000 of flowers. In order to make them, you need different colors of glass in canes that you melt together in a specific pattern that will be visible only when you chop up a cane that you form like here. So see, there is the molten glass, and the two glass makers have it attached to two pontils, and they stretch it apart. So this is how these multicolored canes melt together in one cane, and when you then cool them and chop them up, this is eventually what you end up seeing, the inside of the cane, which can be also as complex as in the case of this tabletop, which is why it is so extremely precious, because it is, you can imagine, very, very difficult to actually assemble something that looks like a classical god with only a couple of canes that then form a cane that will be first maybe this diameter, let's say 5 centimeters, and then actually to stretch them into the size that you want to achieve. So apart from this work, it also combines different casting techniques, and it exposes a big variety of different motifs. I told you, classical gods. We also have, for example, a scene of Paris Judgment, not that Paris in France, but the Paris of the classical mythology. At the end, the whole arrangement looks like this. You see, there is a lot of details in there. We can be looking at it for hours and hours, but the question is, can we? Because this thing now is banned from export in the UK because the government is afraid that somebody outside of the UK will buy it, and so it ends up in a private or also a public collection outside of the UK. So until October we have to hold our breath and wait if there will be a UK buyer for this piece that costs the person around 7.5 million pounds.